Hi guys and welcome. Today we're going to make these beautiful beaded pens. So great for your journals. I might do another video too of pen pockets that can paper clip to your journals, but I just want to have a play around with these today. You will need beads that are at least 2 mil holes with 2 mil. So, you know, the bigger holes like that. Those ones are really good too. And I'm just using Bic pens. So any pens that where the ink cylinder will come out will be good, but these are the ones that I'm using. And you just take them out of their holder like that, and you can keep those if you want, if you've got a use for them. I'm not keeping mine at the moment. I've got a lot of pens, so and then you're left with this. So just take note that some pens, these ones in particular, that there is a little bit bigger than this here. So while your beads might fit over here, they might not necessarily go over there. So I look for ones with a slightly bigger hole. So I've got one here that will go right down. If you don't, then you can wrap some beading wire with small beads around it. You can put some sari silk around there, or you might even just want to leave it like that. You could put some wrap some paper around and then put some gloss over it and make like a paper bead type effect. That would be good. Or make a paper bead with a slightly bigger hole and put over. You could do the whole pen with the paper beads. So find yourself a few beads that will go over the end there. So I've got a couple picked out here. That we'll start with, and I was after a like a purple one, because I want to do one in purple tones. So that one's quite round. Let me see if I've got a longer one there, maybe. Because you want one that, you know, you'll be writing with or gripping too. So I do like that one there. So we'll just pop, actually we'll work on the purple one first. So I also like the in-between beads. So if you want to add some accents like golds or bronze to it, I might try gold with that one. Or a goldy tone. This one might end up being more pink than purple, to be honest. I'll go with the pinks. So that one's quite a tight fit. I might leave that one to the end bead, pop it off to the side, so it's not going to slide right down there. Same with that one. So you can drill those out a little bit. I'm not going to drill them today, but I will keep these ones and drill them out a little bit. So I'm just going to use what fits on there today. Throw some white beads in there. Some of them are proving to be a little bit tight. Might add another tube bead on there, keep it uniform like that. So these are acrylic beads that I'm working with. So you could buy like a soup mix in them. And you can see sort of how it comes together. There's no pattern, I'm just finding random beads to put on there. a white one with a little bit of silver. That's similar to what I've got on there. Don't have a lot in the way of pink beads, so I'm more a purple person than I am a pink. There's a white one. And then we've got the pink one on the end, but we need one more thing in there. Let's do like a antique bronze spacer. See how far our pink bead will go on. I think it was just the end. Oh no, so it goes on a bit. So we want to actually glue that one on. So I'm just going to use a glue gun. And because it's a tight fit, I'm not going to, my glue gun's been turned off for a while, so okay, so I will, given it it's a tight fit, oh, it's going off my glue gun there, I'm going to use some other glue. So I just want to make sure that the bead doesn't slide off. Now this is a tight fit one, so it shouldn't slide off anyway. And then we can put something in the end to finish it off, but because this is a pattern, you won't really see the hole there, and it will let the ink well breathe to keep the ink flow. But that's another one done there. Okay, so we're just heating that up. It wasn't on the holder properly before my glue gun, so it should be right for the next one. So the next one, I think I might try the purples with that, given that I really wanted to do purple. And I'm going to pick out some purple beads. Hopefully they're going to be a big enough. That one's sort of bluey purple. That one's blue. Purple. So you want to try and have one or two feature beads in with your pens, if you can. This one I don't seem to have a lot of in the way of purple either. So I'm going to keep that bead because I want to use it with some blue. Oh, actually, no, I'll use it with the purple because we do need a middle feature bead in there, and I really want to use that one. So let's thread a couple on. And we want some spacer beads too. Spacer beads will let when you do put a patterned or a coloured bead on, they'll let them shine in their own right, like that. You may not use that one. I really like the smaller ones on this one. I'm going to use another spacer bead in between there. Tube, maybe another spacer bead. Let's go a white one because we've got a little bit of white in there. Might go another spacer bead. Oh, that one's nice. That one might be the end one. And once again, that one will screw on. It's quite a tight fit, although looks like we need another bead before we do that. And I'm actually going to glue that one on as well. Let's see if my glue gun's working. So that'll just hold them all in place, the rest down there. Aren't they beautiful? I'm just obsessed with them. They make great gifts too. And you could put we might do it with the next one if I can find one in my drawer. We might put a bail in there. A bail is, it's a loop that'll fall over there and it's got a loop out the side. They use it a lot with charms on bracelets, and then we can hang some beads off the end of it as well. So we might do that on the next one. There's just so much you can do because we all like dangles in our journals. Now this one might be a little bit harder to get on. Just got to screw it on there. Try and get rid of the excess glue if you can. And there's another one, absolutely beautiful. If you don't have a tight fitting bead like that and you want to do the end, we'll do it in this next one. Just pull out some green beads. Lots of green beads because green is one of my favourite colours. And we may not use them all, but get a variety there, get some spaces. That one I might use, no, we need a smaller bead. I'm thinking for the end bead, we don't want a big hole on it because we're going to use a head pin on it. So I might use one of these similar to this one of these black and gold. They've got a smaller hole, more like a 1 mil. And then we use a head pin. And what I mean by a head pin, if you're not used to, it's got a little flat head, so it won't go through the bead. Like that, and then we'll finish it off. So we'll just park him over there for a minute while we put the green one together. You can just have so much fun with these. Just another spacer bead. So you might go spacer bead first. Throw me purples back. And then just thread them on as you want them. Not sure whether that one will go, which it won't. So I've used them like a spacer bead where they'll just finish off that middle bead there, coming together beautifully. These little antique bronze. Once again, they're all acrylic beads. Don't really want two in a row without a spacer, so another one of them, and then we'll put one more on that will go right to the end. That's right, it'll go right to the end of that, but I'm going to glue that one on. The thing about glue guns is the glue dries pretty quickly, but be careful because I've just burnt myself with that one, so just be very careful with it because it is very hot. Now before we glue the end of this one for the end bead, we'll go back to, let's put these up, we'll go back to this head pin, and I'm going to cut a bit off. So you only need, you don't want it too long because it's actually going to go down into the ink well, so you don't want it really down into the ink. So about, what's that, about 8 to 10 mil. Cut it off. And then I'm going to slightly curve, not too much, slightly curve the end. So it won't sort of, if the glue gives out, it won't come out of the cylinder, but you don't want to curve it too much. Hope you can see that. Don't want to curve it too much because then it won't go into the cylinder. So we want to put a dab of glue on the end. Fiddly because it's hard to see with the, there we go. And you can see that head pin just covers the hole, so it just finishes it off beautifully. Okay, so I'll have a quick look to see if I have a bail here handy. In my drawer of goodies. Which I do. So I've got a silver or I've got a gold. So as you can see what I was talking about before, so these are for bracelets or necklaces. So you would put your beading wire or string through that one, and then it has a little loop off the end that you can put a charm on, or you know, a string of beads, dangles, things like that. So we'll make a pen with one of those on the end that we can actually put some beads on and make a little dangle, or a paper clip. A bulb clip will go on there with one of your favorite charms, which I may or may not have here, but I know I do have some beads that have already been wired that I can use. Yeah, okay, so let's grab another pen. Excuse me. And let's have a look at, I've got some beautiful red ones here, so let's go red. We'll go with the gold. Go with the red. Just pull out a heap of red ones. See what we want to. That's gorgeous, that big one. We want some gold accents through there as well. I love sifting through beads. Absolutely love it. There's a gold rose. There's a couple of little gold spaces. So once again, we're not going to use all of these, but it's good to have variety out on your desk. Isn't that gorgeous? They are gorgeous, those ones with the gold. And given that we're having a bit of gold through there. All right, so let's have a play. So we need a bead to go down at the start. So here's a goldy coloured one. Might need some encouragement. Oh, there we go. It's a tight fit, but we got there. Beautiful. And that hole doesn't look big enough. We'll have a look. It was more the end ones, I think. Same with that one. What a shame they don't fit. So this one's going on. It's a very tight fit, but it's on. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Beautiful. Yeah, let's go a spacer again. So here is where I might put the bail. They're called bails. So for our dangle, because we're going to have another bead on top of there. So still deciding what type, whether that's too big. I do love it though. I do like that one as well. Nope. Nope, we'll go with that one. So it will need something on the end. So we will have to go with one of those small ones on the end like that. So it'll marry in, even though it's not red. We've got gold through there and it's got beautiful gold stripes on that. So we'll grab a head pin. For him. And you know, like this one, if you're lucky enough to find a bead that's a shape like that, use that on the end. All right, so we want to glue this last bead on. And then we want to cut this one, like I said, about 10 mil, and not kink it too much, so it's relatively straight with a slight kink in it. I try and put my finger on the head of the head pin so we can push it down. And then just try and clean off a little bit of the excess glue when it's cooled enough to do so. I'll get some pliers, not pliers, I'll get some no, that's got it. All right, so now we want to put a charm or something on there. There's so much you can do. You can put beaded wired beads on there. I've got an example here. So say, for example, I've used a head pin on these two and then threaded it through and then just done a little loop. So you can have it dangled off like that. All you would need is anything. You could use a paper clip. You could use, let me see if I've got a bulb pin handy. In front of me here. I'm in the middle of rearranging my desk, so it's been quite a project, let me put it that way, and trying to have things in front of me that I use a fair bit. So I've got a gold bulb pin now. And now I'm looking for a charm. Okay, I'm gonna go with this charm just to show you. So this beautiful charm, look at that. So you could go a bulb pin and then just through there. And have that hanging off like that. You could do a round so you could do like a split ring and have your beads hanging off like that. But yeah, there's so much you can do to put those dangles on there. I will put together, if I can find some beautiful small red beads, I'll put together a dangle and hold off there, and you will see it. You will see it in the picture on the thumbnail on my YouTube when I load it up. But there you go, guys. Some absolutely. Let me clear this off so you can see these better without all the mess around them. But there you go, some absolutely beautiful pens for your journals, or just pens to give as a gift to somebody. Really fun project. Have a go at it. Like I said, you can buy you know, a soup mix. I've actually gone through my soup mixes and pulled out all the big hole ones. You can see the size of the holes you will need. But yeah, grab an old pen, or you know, buy some new pens. These are Bics, and then just pull it out and have a play. If you don't have beads, then another thing you can do, which I've got some here, is these are rolled up paper strips. So they're paper beads. So see how big the holes are. Now you could, theoretically, you could get one of these and wrap the paper around, leave it a little bit loose, and you've got you could make one of these out of paper beads, and then you could gloss them up. There I've gone around with a bit of black acrylic paint, yeah, making some beautiful paper beads. So that's another way, if you didn't have the big hole beads, make your own, guys. They're just a straight strip. Otherwise, if you wanted them curved, like, like that one there, then you do a, say for example, a 12 by 12 paper. You start it wide up the top, the width of your bead, and then you go to a triangle down the bottom, and then you roll it from this end, and the triangle bit, it gives it like a curve on the bead. Have a Google of making paper beads. I've got a girlfriend that makes all her beads from paper, and they're absolutely stunning. So some of them you can't even tell, you know, that they're handmade paper beads. They just look like porcelain. They're absolutely beautiful. But yeah, have a play. This has been a lot of fun today. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I do apologize for that, but hopefully I'm getting back into the groove of things and doing some really different projects. Thanks guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye.